I dropped part 1 of most loved versus most hated live-action remakes, the comments went crazy. You guys had way too many opinions about remakes I didn't cover. So here's part 2, with even more adaptations that either understood the assignment or failed spectacularly. Starting with the Minecraft movie, a film that proved Hollywood learned absolutely nothing. When the movie finally released, it confirmed everyone's worst fears from the trailer. Jack Black as Steve looked uncanny and bizarre. The realistic textures on Minecraft's blocky world felt fundamentally wrong.
What's that booger-looking fox?
Here's the thing. Minecraft works because of its simple, blocky aesthetic. Making it realistic defeated the entire purpose of what makes Minecraft special. The piglins and mobs looked nightmare-inducing rather than charming. The plot was generic and forgettable, feeling more like a corporate product than a passion project.
And why are you so round?
Leave the dog! Take me instead!
It tried to explain Minecraft's lore when the beauty of Minecraft is that players create their own stories. Fans were brutal. They took the most creative game ever made and made the least creative movie possible. And this looks like a YouTube parody that somehow cost $150 million. The Minecraft movie represented Hollywood's fundamental misunderstanding, assuming live action automatically means better or more legitimate than animation. However, while Minecraft shows what happens when you misunderstand your source material, Disney's Snow White 2025 became a PR disaster before it even released. The controversy started when set photos leaked, showing the 7 dwarves replaced by CGI creatures that looked like nightmare fuel, after initially casting regular-sized actors, which contradicted the entire premise.
Wait. It's a human.
What did you think I was?
Nothing goes.
When the lead actress made comments dismissing the original 1937 film's romance, saying the new version was about a girl dreaming about becoming a leader instead, fans who loved the original felt disrespected. The backlash was brutal. They're fixing a movie that wasn't broken and insulting fans in the process. And Disney is actively destroying their own legacy for modern politics. The movie's budget reportedly ballooned past $200 million due to reshoots and CGI fixes. Snow White became a symbol of everything wrong with modern Disney remakes. While Snow White and Minecraft fumbled their adaptations, How to Train Your Dragon 2025 gave fans hope that live action could actually work. When the first trailer dropped, fans were cautiously optimistic. The dragons looked incredible, realistic but still recognizably the characters from the animation. Toothless's design captured his personality perfectly. DreamWorks didn't try to fix the story or make it darker and grittier. They respected what made the original work, the bond between Hiccup and Toothless, the humor, the heart, and the stunning fight sequences. Early reactions were positive. Finally, a live-action remake that understands the assignment. And this is what happens when you adapt with love instead of obligation. The movie proved that live-action remakes can work when studios respect the source material and understand that realistic doesn't mean stripping away the magic. But stripping away the magic is exactly what Disney did with Aladdin in 2019, a remake that couldn't decide if it wanted to honor the original or distance itself from it. Will Smith as Genie was always going to be an impossible task. Robin Williams' performance was so iconic that anyone following would face criticism, but the CGI blue Will Smith looked genuinely unsettling.
On the inside, showtime.
No, I'm in charge, okay? I say when it's time.
The movie added new songs that felt unnecessary, changed the character motivations that worked fine originally, and somehow made a colorful, vibrant animated film feel weirdly muted and safe. A whole new world should be magical. Instead, it felt like a competent but soulless recreation. Technically fine, but missing the spark that made the original special. Fans were disappointed. Aladdin 2019 is the definition of unnecessary. Not terrible, just pointless. And Will Smith tried his best, but this movie has no reason to exist. The movie made over $1 billion, proving that financial success doesn't equal creative success. It was fine, and fine is almost worse than terrible. While Aladdin was aggressively fine, Jim Carrey's The Grinch in 2000 took a beloved Dr. Seuss character and created something that's either a holiday classic or nightmare fuel depending on who you ask. Jim Carrey's performance is genuinely incredible. The physicality, the comedic timing, the emotional depth he brings to the Grinch's backstory. He fully committed to the role.
The Grinch! I must stop this Christmas from coming.
But the makeup and prosthetics are nightmare fuel. The Grinch looks terrifying. The Who's look even worse. Distorted, uncanny valley creatures that haunt your dreams. The movie added a romantic subplot and a tragic backstory that explained why the Grinch hates Christmas, which some fans loved for adding depth and others hated for over-explaining a simple story. Fans are divided. Jim Carrey's Grinch is a masterpiece of physical comedy, versus this movie is proof that some animated characters shouldn't be made realistic. The Grinch became a controversial holiday tradition, beloved by many, tolerated by some, and actively avoided by others who find it too creepy. But creepy is nothing compared to downright catastrophic. Which brings us to Green Lantern 2011, a movie so bad it killed DC's film universe before it could start. Ryan Reynolds himself has spent over a decade mocking this movie. The CGI suit looked terrible, fake, weightless, and somehow worse than practical effects would have been.
Don't do that.
The story was incomprehensible, introducing cosmic mythology without making audiences care. Parallax looked like a cloud of bad CGI. The villain's motivation made no sense. The movie tried to launch a DC cinematic universe, but failed so catastrophically that Warner Bros. Had to completely start over. It's the movie that made Ryan Reynolds appreciate Deadpool even more. Fans and critics destroyed it. Green Lantern is what happens when a studio has no idea what to do with source material. And this movie is so bad that Ryan Reynolds uses it as a punchline. Green Lantern became a cautionary tale about rushing into cinematic universes without understanding the character or caring about quality. While Green Lantern fumbled a superhero, the Mario Bros. Movie in 2023 nailed a video game adaptation that everyone expected to fail. After the traumatic 1993 live-action disaster, fans were skeptical when they announced another Mario movie. But Illumination and Nintendo understood the assignment. Make a Mario movie that feels like playing Mario.
This is not a dream?
That hurt, right?
Yes!
The animation was gorgeous. The voice cast mostly worked, with Jack Black's Bowser becoming an unexpected highlight. The movie was packed with Easter eggs that rewarded longtime fans. Most importantly, it captured the joy and energy of the games. The action sequences felt like playing Mario Kart and platformers brought to life. The movie made $1.3 billion and earned positive reactions. This is how you adapt a video game. Respect the source and have fun. And Jack Black's Bowser is iconic. Mario proved that even properties that previously failed can work when approached with genuine love for the source material, unlike Minecraft, which made every mistake Mario avoided. Speaking of misunderstanding, the Kim Possible movie in 2019 felt like it was made by people who half remembered the show. The 2019 movie tried to modernize Kim Possible, but stripped away everything that made the character work. Kim felt generic, the villains were watered down, and Ron was flanderized into pure comic relief. The movie felt embarrassed by its source material instead of celebrating it. The action lacked energy, the humor fell flat, and it felt like a cheap knockoff.
Well, no. Nana, I'm Kim Possible, okay? I'm a star student and I saved the world. That's who I am.
No.
Fans were disappointed. This feels like a Kim Possible parody, not an actual adaptation. And they took everything cool about Kim and made it generic. Speaking of generic, the live-action Attack on Titan movies in 2015 tried to make the anime darker, somehow missing that it was already incredibly dark. The Japanese films changed character names, altered major plot points, and added unnecessary romantic subplots. The Titans looked terrible, with cheap costumes instead of horrifying CGI. They changed Aaron's personality completely, making him bland instead of the complex, morally gray character from the anime. The iconic ODM gear looked fake, and action scenes were poorly choreographed. Fans were furious. How do you make Attack on Titan boring? These movies figured it out, and they changed everything that made the anime special. However, some properties seem immune to quality concerns because they never take themselves seriously, which brings us to Alvin and the Chipmunks. The 2007 movie and its sequels are objectively not good. The CGI chipmunks are creepy, plots are generic, humor aims at the youngest possible audience, but they made nearly $1.5 billion combined. They understood they were making silly kids movies, not prestige cinema. They knew exactly what they were and committed to it fully. Reactions are mixed. These movies are bad, but my kids watched them a million times. And they're not good, but at least they're not pretentious about it. So what separates loved remakes from hated ones? It comes down to respect for the source material, the fans, and understanding what made the original special. How to Train Your Dragon succeeded by embracing what made the original work. The failures, Snow White, Green Lantern, Attack on Titan, Kim Possible, either didn't understand their source or were embarrassed by it. Which live-action remakes captured what you loved? And which ones made you want to pretend it never existed? Let me know in the comments and subscribe, because Hollywood will never stop making these.